What is going on, everybody? Here's another video. It's a rambling one once again. Really didn't think of any topic other than, let's just be truthful, spit out some facts, so that way maybe these young men will understand what you go through when you're I don't even know if I'm middle-aged. 31, I don't know, I have no idea. So let's get into it. But life's crazy. Life is crazy. I'm sure that if anyone's watched some of my other videos, I'll state again. 31. I'm single. I have a daughter. She's 3. Never met her. And the mother of my child is she's a good woman. She's married. And all of this was thrown at me about 6 months ago or so, Thanksgiving. The crazy thing is that if I would have been more into the manosphere, or whatever you want to call it, on YouTube when I was younger, it would have saved me from this. If I would have been in a form of church, it would have saved me from this. If I wasn't, for me, I don't chase women. I never really have. I will chase to a certain extent, but I'm very picky. Very, very picky. I always kind of have been. I have slept around though, at certain points, so there's that. But when I see a woman, a couple of things go through my head, and I say, she's hot. I'd hit it. The other things that go through my head are, oh wow, she's hot, I want to give her a baby. I want to marry that woman. And I don't know, I've seen so many beautiful and gorgeous women out there that some I mean, I am a man, some get me, and I just think to myself, wow, I want it. But to save me from the position that I'm in nowadays, because I have a lot of low days and I have a lot of high days as well. If I would have just been in church, if I would have just stayed in church since I was a kid, it would have saved me from a lot of different struggles. A lot of different struggles. I was raised by a single father. I've had multiple moms. Moms come in and out. I've been traumatized a bunch. That's a fact. And my trust in women left at a very young age. I never lost hope though. That's the thing. The more trust I lost, the more hope I gained, saying to myself, if I build myself up better in certain ways, if I control things better, if I get a career that has a certain title, if I make a certain amount of money. I mean, granted, all of these things are true, but only to a certain extent. It depends on what woman you're going for too. For me, I like the Disney strategy. I can't lie. It's one aspect I've held on to of unconditional love that, oh shit, I gotta get that fixed anyway. I can't wait till my other vehicle gets fixed. I miss my Gladiator. It's kind of cool chilling in the Patriot, but ooh baby, I've neglected it, and I need to show it some love. Anyways, getting back into it, I like the unconditional love. I personally believe that it does exist. It still exists. I believe that it's also a lot harder to get, but it's worth it. It's worth it because, and this makes me sound like what everyone on the internet talks about, the SIMP word, but this is my personal belief. I have a child with a woman, and I fell in love with that woman. It was very physical. She wasn't. And I have a hard time saying this because I don't mind telling the truth about women in general, but when it comes to the women I've dated or women that I know personally, I have a real hard time saying anything negative about them. Not that I can't, it's just a personal respect thing for me, so bear with me while I search for the words. But to the mother of my child, she was not the most gorgeous woman. This is like a 50-50, right? Because I also believe that she is. She was not the most beautiful woman I ever dated, and at the same time, she is the most beautiful woman I ever dated. There's a lot of things, and I know exactly when all of that shifted, and this is why it's a 50-50 split on what I just said. And maybe if you have children, you'll understand, or went through a situation similar to mine, maybe you'll understand. You probably will. But she lived a very natural life when I got with her. She lived a life I'm going through right now. I really don't know much about her. I really don't. Anyways, let's stick to the point. There was a lot of things that I was, what are you doing? You're not normal. I like it, but I hate it at the same time. And I kept thinking, let's see where this goes. She is so different than anyone I've ever been with. She's a little bit older than me. She's older than me by, I think, 2 years. First time I've ever dated a woman that was actually older than me. That's a very weird situation. Sometimes it makes you feel like a little kid. That's weird. Anyways, but everything, for me at least, I can't speak for her, but everything for me felt nice. It felt comfortable. No, it wasn't perfect. Did I like her cooking? But I ate it. It was nice having a woman. This is sad. It was nice having a woman actually cook me something for one of our dates. I went over to her apartment, and I lived in a pretty nice. I lived in a pretty good spot. Her spot wasn't as nice as mine, but it was hers. You know, she had drive. She still does. She's an amazing woman. A lot stronger than me, actually. But I'm thinking about that date. It was so not perfect, but perfect. And she cooked me some natural food. Everything was clean. Greek dressing or some type of dressing I didn't like. And it was chicken with some vegetables that were pickled or something. And I didn't like it at all, but she was so pumped up because she really likes to camp, and that's something that we really have in common. We never got to do it together. But she got some type of cooking thing with for pellets, and it was supposed to do this and that. So I did the macho thing, right? I said, don't worry, it's like a grill. I got this. I'll cook the chicken. You cook everything else. So I went to do that. And anyways, let's get back to it. Just, she was completely different. And man, hook, line, and sinker. The physical was there. She made me feel comfortable. And the day that she told me that she was pregnant, that she took a pregnancy test, I wasn't scared. There was things that went through my mind a little bit later on, as far as money, house, this and that. But that was the day that she became the most beautiful woman in my life. And to kind of round it back, this is something that's interesting, right? Unconditional love. I believe it's there. I believe it exists. I believe it is doable. And this is where I sit. If she doesn't get pregnant again, and she wants to come back into my life, and this is a fairy tale dream. It won't happen. Part of me wants it to. Part of me really wants it to, because I still want to save my family, even though it's broken, not how I wanted to start it. But she's worth it. My daughter is worth it. And for my daughter, I'd do anything. I would do anything for my daughter, even if that means I have to suffer. Whatever that suffering looks like, only God knows. But you know, if she were to come to me and say, look, I would really like to start things over. I want to end my marriage and come back to you. This is crazy. I've talked so negatively about people that think like this right now. I kind of get it though. I want to come back to you. I want to give our family a chance before it's too late. Something along those lines. It doesn't even have to be those exact words, right? I'd be cool with it. Not just all willy-nilly like, aha, yeah, let's jump on this bandwagon. I ain't stupid. Well, I am stupid. But hopefully in a good way nowadays. I'm more discerning, that's for sure. But for me, that's what unconditional love is. We both made mistakes. I'm not, you know, it's the position that we're in. But she doesn't have a child with this other man. I'm not dating anyone. I'm not closed off from that aspect, and I'll lead into that side here in just a second. But it's not too late to save our family, and it would take a lot of work, a lot of trust building again on both of our ends. I'd have to probably get rid of some stuff that I don't know about getting rid of it, but at least maybe shifting it, because if I have a family, I have no reason to advertise myself online. You know, I don't need to be doing shirtless pictures. I don't need to be doing a lot of the stuff that I do. I see it very clearly now. That was funny. That God showed me what I did wrong way too late. When it was way too late. But it was because I didn't ask sooner. If I would have God is just. God is very good and just. He will let you bend. And sometimes that bending looks like this. But you know, it's, for me, it's not too late. Once she gets pregnant by this other guy, it's done. It's done for good. That's the way I see it. I don't know if that's in scripture. I don't know if other people believe that or, care about that or whatever. I personally don't care. For me, that's my rule as a man. For me, it's not too late to save my family. As long as I keep building myself in an appropriate way, I would still like to think there's hope until I find someone. Once I find someone, the rules still apply, that I've treated every single relationship with. Whether my exes have believed me or not, I have never really been a liar. I do lie. I've told white lies, but when it comes to commitment and about myself, I have a really hard time lying. I really, really do. So once I find another relationship, the end goal is marriage and kids. It's even stronger now. It gets stronger every single year that I'm alive. It's crazy. It's crazy. I have had this drive since I was about 20, 21. And then the better I build myself, the stronger it becomes, and the more obtainable it becomes. But I'll say that to lead into this other subject. What I've experienced with my ex getting pregnant, us splitting up when she was right around, I think 7 months in, pretty close to the due date, 7 or 6 months in. She's in the second trimester, going on into the third, I believe. And I told God that it would take 3 years because the way that we, let me say this first. The way that we ended things and whatnot, it was bad. It was bad. I threatened to get an attorney and take that child away from her. That, I was in a really good spot, had a good paying job, lived in a nice spot, family attorneys, this and that I knew. Granted, would have taken all of the money that I owned, but I didn't want her to do what she did. And then I let it happen. I let it happen because I know what I was experiencing. The baby was inside of her, and what I was experiencing was hell. It was the most hurt that I had ever been. And I've been hurt a lot by a lot of people, and that's fine. Actually, it's not fine. That's a lie, see. But and it still hurts to this day. There's a lot of things I wish I could change, but this is the crazy part, right? Sacrifices that we make for the better. And I'm glad that I did this because it's what my mom did for me when she gave me up for adoption. My position is a little bit different though. I knew what I was experiencing and what I was feeling. It was pure hell, and it still is, and it had been for the last 3 years. But I just couldn't. I gave up. I gave up so quickly because I was scared that what I was doing would have been too much pain for my ex to handle. I think that if I would have gone through with getting my attorney and then slapping her with every legal thing that I possibly could, and bringing her to that point of court, I didn't care. I didn't care about what I was risking at all whatsoever. I just wanted my daughter. I didn't want another woman to have that power over me. I didn't want to have another woman leave my life when I feel like I did nothing wrong. and I didn't want my child to be used against me. God, I really need to get that fixed. I should just fix it myself. Anyways, and I personally thought, I truly believe that this is true, but I don't think she would have been able to handle this pain, what I've been going through. If I would have got full custody and just, you know, done what she's done to me, I don't think she would have lasted. But I'm glad it happened to me and not her. I really am. I really am. I told God, and this is how good this is. Try not to get emotional. Dang, I can't. I've turned into a very emotional man on certain subjects now when it comes to my daughter and God. It's crazy. But I told God, you know, I'm gonna give you 3 years. I'll give you 3 years, because she told me it was another man's, and that was the one thing that got me off that trail. She said it was another man's, and I believed her because of certain things. And I said that I'll give you 3 years. That should be enough time, if it is my child, to eat at a woman, for her to come clean and tell me. So that way we could figure this out, whether it was do a custody battle or this and that, or one thing or the other. You know, I'm prepared for the fight, because I did it. You know, it's my child. It's my seed. I chose to sleep with that woman. I chose not to get married first. I chose not to respect that woman the way that she deserved to be respected when we were together. I chose a lot of things that were not right, that led mistrust, that confirmed in her head that I was an F-boy. I still don't understand how on certain things, but it is what it is. Maybe it's not meant for me to know. Sometimes I need someone to be upfront and honest. Just, this is what's going on. No one ever does that, though. I'm the guy that always tells people what the heck is going on. And I told him, you're crazy. Shut up. No one does it for me, though. It's okay. But, you know, now it is so hard to date. And I'm not even talking about taking a woman out for dinner and this and that. That has its own separate problems and guidelines, and yeah, that part's getting a lot harder as well too. But for me, my drive to even just go after women, and when I say go after, I should probably clarify that, you know, to pursue women for a date, to want to take them out and this and that, my confidence is rattled a lot. Some days I have really good days. I'm just whatever. I go back to my old me, go-getter attitude, do my own thing. It is what it is. If something happens, it happens. If nothing happens, okay. You know, I still got stuff to do. But it's funny. It's just funny. The truth is that the confidence, the trust is so hard to build back up. To build back up. Even though I know how to appropriately do it. You know, you be a man of God, you lead, secure, you're stable. And if one of these aspects is off, it's hard to be secure, it's hard to be stable. And you'll get nowhere. You'll get nowhere. Personally, I haven't been on a date in forever. It's been several months. Several months. Personally, I don't like it. But I'm also not a serial dater either. I shoot my shot with a couple of women that I find interesting, that I want to get to know. And no dates have come. That's fine. But that's just how I operate. When I was younger, it's not that I would force things, but I would just play the field so much that I would just talk to everybody. And because I talked to everybody, it was easy to find women to hang out with. Now, were they the women that I probably should hang out with? Probably not. They were cute though. I don't think many of them knew Jesus though. Oh, it's so funny. Oh my God. It is hilarious. The closer I get to God, the more that I read scripture and stuff, the more I see this is a lonely life. I personally, I don't care about any of these dating strategies or be alpha Joe and this and that, treat women a certain way, you know, be a whatever, right? Yeah, there's strategies to get booty. There's strategies to get women that are emotionally insecure, you know, emotionally hurt. There's all kinds of different strategies to get whatever you want. And what I enjoy nowadays, even though it's lonely, it's hard, I'm figuring this out, and I'm 31. But it's leading with my faith, trusting God has someone for me. Beautiful younger woman. And when I say younger, I don't mean like 20. For me, that's too young. I'm 31. I need someone at least a few years younger than me. That would be pretty sweet. Because I don't know. I don't think I'd have anything in common with someone that's 21 years old or 22. I don't know. It is what it is. Only God knows. I'm not opposed to a lot of things, but for me, I have a hard stance on a few things. Because I want a family and I want children, and that'll happen. But leading with faith, God, and being a man the Bible wants me to be. There's a few things that I've learned from a couple of different religions. One that's pretty close to Christianity, but they say it's not the right one, right? Taught me how to, and this is the cool part, and kind of weird as well too, because I'm not used to it. But if I have no interest in someone while I'm walking on the street, why keep looking at them? I'll look down. I might take like one or two glances and then look down and look away. And this is how I divert my lustful eyes. I am not perfect. I am still a man. I'm single. And I am going for that family. But it is so easy to go down this road of lead with your lower bits, right? And I just can't bring myself to do that. I know where it leads, and I don't ever want to be in this position again. So I don't know where my life is leading me, but I'm making certain decisions, and to kind of circle back, it's the trust thing. It's the trust. I'm not saying that women are untrustworthy, but everyone's at a different stage in life, and me as well. And I'm going through different things. I'm having to readjust myself, and so because I'm doing that, it's allowed me to see who's appropriate for my life and who's not. There's a lot of stuff that's not appropriate for my life, even though I want it. I mean, there's some gorgeous women out there, right? They come in all different shapes and sizes and colors. Taste the rainbow. Oh, dang. All right, calm down. Anyways, but the cool part is I know what it takes to be a faithful man. And if I could be a faithful man with my past, and if I could be saved, even though it is a challenge every single day, yeah, I don't want to mess up. But if I keep leading with God and getting closer to the church and not straying away, then I believe it's possible for a woman as well. Am I expecting a virgin? No. That'd be cool though. 28-year-old virgin. 25. That'd be cool. There you go. But no, I ain't stupid. I mean, I'm a realist. And the older I get, the more real it gets. I don't know. That's stupid. But yeah, there's just a couple of things. And then you know, the whole confidence is wavy. It's wavy. Because in all reality, there's a couple of things that I want, but I still have to decide, am I chasing, am I trying to force relationships at this point, or am I truly leading with faith in God? Because sometimes, so when my confidence gets wavy, and especially, you know, I'm just trying to protect myself at all costs, because I don't want to go through the situation and you know, not just hurt myself, but, you know, just damage and destroy another woman, and then, you know, create an even worse situation for another child of mine. But it comes in waves. The confidence comes in waves. Because some days, you know, I think to myself, I'm not good enough. You know, I don't know the Bible completely. You know, I just started committed to a church. I haven't decided a few things in my life that I really need to get locked down, hammered down. I've messed up a lot, especially the last 3 years. And somehow I fail up. I fail into success. Something that I still don't understand, other than I lead with faith and my raw determination for work. But that's what shakes my confidence. When I was younger, it didn't matter how much money I made. It didn't matter what I was driving, where I was living. It didn't matter about anything. If I saw someone I wanted, I'd go make it known. I'd go make it apparent. Hey, you're cute. What's up? Not necessarily in those words, but it just really didn't matter. Now things are actually just different, just completely different with having a child, and then being convinced. I want to say like 95% convinced that it wasn't my child. I have days where I just say, nah, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Or I can't allow myself to go through this again, so I don't even want to try. And then I start spiraling, thinking, well, what am I doing in life then? What's the point? And it gets real negative. It gets real negative. That's when I have to bring myself back to scripture, start listening to some more positive stuff. You know, God's word is not positive. A lot of it's not positive. But for me, hear it. I hear it. But for me, it kind of is, because it's truth. It's truth. So many people lied to me or don't say anything my whole life. My whole life. The only thing that a lot of people have said is, oh, he'll figure it out. Gotta go the hard way. Gotta learn. Just no one ever said, hey, this is what it is. Like it, don't like it, don't matter. This is what it is. The Bible does that. The Bible tells me, yo, you're stupid. You're not lost though. Well, you're a little lost. You're pretty lost, but this is how we get back on path, bro. And I like it. I really enjoy it. So I'll listen to scriptures. I'll listen to Lions of Judah on YouTube and this and that. And sometimes it gets rough, but for the most part, I enjoy the honesty that God has. It's keeping me sane, that's for sure. And then I gotta figure out a couple of different things of where my life is headed. Where do I want to go in life? What do I want to do? And who do I want to bring on this path? My life is a quarter of the way done if I am to assume that I live till 90. 31. I need to make my mind up quickly. Because the older that I get, the more clear a lot of things become to me. Or come to me, whatever. I just kind of lost my train of thought. Because everything is just real nowadays. Things are getting a lot harder for everyone. Things are pretty scary. There's a lot of troubling times. I don't know what the future has. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, next day. I have a pretty good idea about a lot of things. But what I do know is I know how to be a faithful and committed man. I know that unconditional love does exist, but within reason. Still have to be discerning and stick up for yourself. And then try your best. Not everyone is perfect, but forgiveness on certain things is definitely something to think about. And is this strategy meant for everybody? No. But this is the things that I go through. So for me, I'm grateful that my daughter is breathing. She's in an amazing school. She has a mother that loves her. She has a father that loves her. She has some dude that's married to my ex. Whatever. And she has a stepsister that she likes to hang out with. That's cool. You know, I'm grateful for a lot of other things too. But keeping it just about, you know, my family. See, I don't even know if I can say that. Because I never really had a family. I have a daughter. There's a lot of things that hurt, but I am so grateful that I get random pictures of my daughter. Sometimes I'll get a random video of her playing guitar or doing something cute. I'm very grateful that even though my ex sometimes talks to me very condescending, um, communication is open. I'm very grateful that my ex has not taken me through the court systems and really flexed her power, because the more years that go on, the worse it gets for me. I'm very, very clear on that. I know everything that can happen, and it scares me. That scares me bad. It really does. It really, really does. Because of certain things. And I know each year that goes on, it gets worse financially for me. If she really were to flex her power. I really hope it never comes down to that. Because I don't know what I would do. At this point, I don't even think I would fight. I would rather support her. I don't care. I know that my ex, and I'm a very unique individual. Everything in my life has been pretty unique in a lot of different ways. And the mother of my child is a very different woman too. But I know that the majority of the money that I sent her, whether it was spent on herself or directly to my daughter, it would be for my daughter's benefit. That's the funny part, because I know that for a fact. I mean, yeah, she might use some of that money for clothes or whatever for herself, but she's not a material object type of woman either. We live a very similar life nowadays. It's crazy. Just crazy. I've always been a little bit behind the curve. I have dated amazing women though. I have. Had a lot of fun. Had a lot of heartbreak. Had a lot of hurt. Not all my fault. It is what it is. I still have hope. I will have another family. I will have more beautiful children. And I just pray and hope that here soon I get to meet my little daughter, get to hold her, just squeeze her, hear her talk in person, not over the phone. Thinking of that is just amazing. I can't wait for that day. I cannot wait. But these are the truths. These are the truths. For me, I've always been a man that doesn't take no for an answer. I do what I want. No one's gonna tell me what I cannot do. No one's going to tell me I can't get something. No one's gonna tell me nothing. No one can control me. And all of this stuff. And it took God to humble me, to bring me to my knees several times. And he's still doing it. Like, he's bringing me to my knees right now. Because I need to be humble. But what I couldn't see, God sees. And what he's doing is he's breaking down the parts of me that are no longer needed. He is building me up in his image. He taught me, he's teaching me how to have feelings, how to be 100% truthful. And he's teaching me how to be a father, because my daughter needs a father. other than her stepdad. That's cool, him, right? But I've prayed for certain things to God, and I wasn't prepared. So, you know, he's good. He's good and scary too. He's very scary because when I ask for something, he says, okay. And then my life goes all crazy. It's funny. It's hilarious. But these are the realities, you know. So hopefully no one makes the same mistakes that I made. Not saying my daughter's a mistake, not saying getting my ex pregnant was a mistake. How I went about it was I led with lust, fell in love, and then tried to control the situation after I saw it was going out of control. And if I would have got to know my ex, her religious beliefs, you know, what she believes in, you know, the type of mother she wants to be, or just, you know, just not necessarily that, but if I would have just got to know her, then things would have been different. Way different. Way different. But I fell in love with her body. I fell in love with... Now this is tricky though. I do personally feel, this is my feelings, right? Because I can't prove this other than what I experienced. But I do feel that she saw where I was in life. Because I can see where people are in life now too. It's funny. It's hilarious. Karma. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But I was trapped. I was trapped and used as a piece of meat. A good piece of meat, but a piece of meat nonetheless. It's 27, all kinds of cool stuff, right? And let's just say I love that woman multiple times. Very good. And yeah, if I would have got to know her, if I would have... No, we didn't live together. She really didn't. I don't think she really spent the night either. I think maybe she spent the night 1 or 2 times. But we did do the deed several times. Obviously, got a daughter, right? But in that situation, after she said that she got pregnant, if I would not have gone down the path of, all right, let's get you out of your apartment. I'm already leaving my apartment. I was already getting ready to buy a house, and let's move in together. If I wouldn't have done that, or at least not push so hard on what I wanted in the house, because I said, look, I don't want to do anything less than at least a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, you know, and it was gonna be pretty expensive. But it's just what I wanted. This is what I've been working for before her. And I would have just married her, or proposed at least. I think things would have been a lot different. And right now I wouldn't have a YouTube channel, or at least this one. I would be with my daughter. I'd be with my wife at that time. Happy, unhappy, I don't know, whatever. But I'd be with my family for sure. I would be. And there's nothing I can do about that. But these are the truths. This is what I deal with every single day. Not necessarily every single day, like I said. It comes in waves. I have really good days, I have really bad days. I have days where I don't even know what I'm doing in life, just to be truthful. I get ideas, and then I lose motivation for them. Then I don't have ideas, and certain ideas just pop up saying, oh shoot, I should just do that. I have no drive for a lot of things. I can do a lot of things. I am free to choose whatever path I want still. I have this freedom. But the only thing I want is my daughter. My daughter right next to me in my Jeep right now, asking her, where do you want to go get ice cream? Do you want pizza? You know? It'll happen one day. And when that day comes, it's gonna be the best day of my life. Well, second best day of my life. The best day of my life was when my ex said that she was pregnant. That is true. But the second best day is when I get to meet my daughter. I'm gonna buy that little girl as much ice cream as she can eat until she goes into a sugar coma. Hopefully nothing too crazy. She does like Flaming Hot Cheetos just like me. I used to grow up on Flaming Hot Cheetos and chocolate milk. She doesn't do chocolate milk, but she does regular milk. And I think that's a sign that I should probably wrap this up, because now it's just getting emotional. But these are the things that I think a lot of men don't actually get to see, you know, is the true emotion that happens behind the scenes. All day long, I go to work. I have a very stressful job. It's getting even more stressful as time goes on. Required to do a lot more. I gotta make certain decisions about a lot of different things in life that, you know, and then men don't talk. We just don't talk about real stuff. No man's gonna say, yeah, you know what, last night I cried myself to sleep because of the decisions I made. That stuff happens. That stuff happens even to the people that look like robots. I look like a robot most of the time. I am happy most of the time. When I'm out and about doing things, I'm not thinking negative. When I finally have a moment to myself and I sit down and I have nothing to do, that's when all this thinking goes on, and I hate it. I hate it. But this is the reality of things, and then men don't talk about it. And if we do talk about it, it's just more of a, here's a story about someone else, you know? And I'm glad that some people haven't experienced this. I am, or a lot of people haven't experienced this. I don't know what the numbers are. But if you haven't, you're blessed. But if you are, you know, if this is something that you're going through, it is hell. It is hell, and it could be worse. I understand that. I am very blessed to be in the position that I am. Doesn't take away from a lot of stuff, but this is the reality of things. This is what men go through. All, maybe not all, but I'm sure probably a large portion of them. And this is 100% preventable. It is. It is. I don't believe in sleeping around just to sleep around. There's a lot of things I don't believe in. I never really have. I do believe in respecting women, and if you're going to be physical with a woman, then make sure that it's someone you wouldn't mind having a child with and then committing to long term. And just them. I mean, there's a couple of different things I could say on that subject, right? But there's some real feelings. There's a lot of real things that go on behind the scenes for men that people don't really see. I'm cool with people laughing at me. I'm cool with people saying, dang, dude's crying on his video. Here's, you know, it seems like an emotional tampon. And it kind of partially is. This is kind of a diary, I guess, for everyone to see. It's okay though, because hopefully through my pain and my struggles, this will help someone decide for themselves what's important and how are they going to make decisions in their life for the better, so that way this doesn't happen. Because this is hard for, if this is hard for me to go through, where it's made me want to seriously contemplate certain things, doing certain things to myself. I don't want anyone to ever experience this, man or woman. None. No one should ever experience what I've experienced in life. Not even a quarter of what I've experienced in life. Like I said, I've been hurt so many times, so many different ways. Not all by women, by a lot of different people. But I have hope. I have hope. I have always had hope for humanity. And as the days go on, I falter on that. Sometimes I say humanity is lost. But that's not proper thinking. It's not proper thinking. So anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got something from it. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But you won't hear that because this is at the end of the video. So if you did get something from it, which you probably did because you stayed in this video, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your support. If you support me, if you don't, it's okay. But anyways, you guys take it easy. Enjoy your day.